Hello students, here we are going to learn about the types of redox reaction. So I will write the heading, types of redox reactions. So there are four types of the redox reaction. One is a combination reaction, then there is a decomposition reaction, and then there is a displacement reaction, and the last is disproportionation reaction. So I will write here. The first type is combination reaction. Combination reactions. So combination reaction, I can take this example, carbon and the oxygen, and this is getting converted to the carbon dioxide. Now how this is in redox reaction, combination reaction, how it is in redox reaction. So here, if you see this carbon existing, this exists in a natural form. It may be a charcoal or like it can be existing as a charcoal. So here this is in a zero oxidation state. Oxygen over here is in its standard state. Like oxygen naturally exists as O2. So this is zero. When it is forming a carbon dioxide, the oxidation state of the carbon over here will be a plus 4. Right? Let's calculate oxidation state on the carbon in carbon dioxide. So it is, I'll put carbon to be X plus 2 into oxygen is minus 2, which is equal to 0. And this is not forming a peroxide. Why? How we understand that it is not a peroxide? Like carbon is double bonded in this manner. Like if this was a carbon such type of bond, then we call that to be a peroxide. When it is peroxide, that time it is in a -1 oxidation state. Okay, so we know that in a carbon dioxide, the double bonded oxygen is connected in this manner, right? So that's why it is -2. So x minus 4 is equal to 0, x is equal to plus 4. So here carbon is in plus 4 and oxygen is in -2 oxidation state. So what has happened of this? Why I am calling this to be a redox reaction? It is a combination reaction. Okay, carbon and oxygen are getting combined and that's it. So here carbon is getting oxidized from 0 to plus 4. There is an increase in the oxidation state. This is oxidation of the carbon and this is changing from 0 to -2. So oxygen itself is getting reduced. So reduction of the oxygen. So here also you can observe that a something which is oxidizing other itself get reduced. Let's take one more example of the redox reaction under combination reaction. Magnesium and N2. Okay, nitrogen gas. If you react a magnesium metal with a nitrogen gas, what you get is okay, this is what you get. To balance this, I'll put 3 moles of Mg over here. Now, what would be oxidation state of magnesium and the nitrogen over here? See, like here, if we go to calculate, then this will be is equal to plus 2. This will be is equal to plus 2. Magnesium, we know that it is a group 2 element. It will prefer to go in a plus 2 oxidation state. And if you consider this is to be plus 2, then this will be is equal to -3. Okay, you can calculate for this. Let's calculate for the nitrogen. If we are considering that magnesium is in plus 2 oxidation state, why I am considering a magnesium to be in a plus 2 oxidation state? See, it is magnesium is group 2 element. If it lose its 2 electron, then it will attain a noble gas configuration, right? So on that basis, I am saying that this should be plus 2. Once I understand that magnesium is in plus 2, it is very easy for us to find for the nitrogen. So here magnesium I am putting 3 into plus 2 and nitrogen which I need to find, I am putting that 2x is equal to 0. So this is 6 plus 2x is equal to 0. So 2x is equal to -6 and x is equal to -3. So that's why nitrogen is -3. So what is happening of the magnesium? Magnesium here was in zero oxidation state, even nitrogen was in zero oxidation state. So magnesium's oxidation is happening and the nitrogen is getting reduced from 0 to -3. Right, we can one more example we can consider, like it is not that always a combination reaction means okay, two reactant will be getting combined and there will be a formation of only one product. Okay, I can give you one more example of the combination reaction. Combination reaction like methane, a burning of the methane uh, in the presence of oxygen. What does this give? This gives a carbon dioxide plus water. If I balance this, I'll put 2 over here, and this is, yeah, this is balanced chemical equation. Now what we can see over here is that if we find the oxidation state of each of these things, so over here oxygen is existing as O2, that's why this is 0. Carbon is connected to the hydrogen, like hydrogen is what I can say is that it is more electropositive than compared to that of the carbon, or other way we can say is that a carbon is more like hydrogen is forming a plus 4, right? So it is more electropositive than carbon. So hydrogen is in plus 1. If hydrogen is in plus 1, what would be a carbon's oxidation state over here? So we can solve this CH4. So I am putting carbon to be is equal to X, 4 into plus 1, that is X is equal to 4 is equal to -4. Now the question arises, why, how did I understand that hydrogen is in plus 1 oxidation state? See, hydrogen will be always in the, most of the cases it will be in the plus 1 oxidation state. It will exist in a -1 oxidation state when it forms the hydrides with that of a group 1 element, like sodium hydride, lithium hydride, then potassium hydride. Here hydrogen is in -1 oxidation state. These are the exceptions when it combines with a group 1 element like lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. There it is in the -1 oxidation state. So this is not a group 1 element, it is some other element than a group 1. So that's why this is, I'm sure that this is plus 1. So if this is plus 1, this is -4. Carbon is -4. So next is carbon. Over here oxygen, we know that it is not forming a peroxide. Here also I have showed that carbon is in +4 oxidation state. In this case oxygen is in -2, this will be in +1. Now the thing is that we have to find what is getting oxidized and what is getting reduced. See, hydrogen is not, there is no change in oxidation state of the hydrogen. Hydrogen is same, +1 only. But there is a change in oxidation state of the carbon from -1, -4 to +4. So what does this mean? There is a oxidation of the carbon and there is a reduction of the oxygen from 0 to -2, right? With respect to oxidation state, we can say that there is a change in oxidation number, like with respect to carbon there is increase in oxidation number, that's why we are saying that it is a oxidation. But if you consider a classical concept also, what was a classical concept, a definition of the oxidation and reduction? The oxidation is addition of the oxygen and the removal of the hydrogen. This is one of the definition of the oxidation. So from here you can see that there is a addition of the oxygen to this carbon, right? Carbon, here it was methane and there is a oxygen is done. So that is oxidation. Removal of the hydrogen, hydrogen is not there in the product form. So this also supports. So the classical definition is also supporting over here and the electronic concept of the reduction and oxidation is also supporting over here. So these were the combination reaction. Let us move ahead with a decomposition reaction. Second type of redox reactions is decomposition reaction. A very basic example we'll take of H2O is getting decomposed to, let me write it this, right? Here there is a decomposition of the water. This is decomposition. One molecule is there, it is broken into more than one molecule, right? So here, this is what is the oxidation state of a hydrogen? It is +1 and oxygen is -2, right? So what it is becoming over here? Hydrogen is 0 and oxygen is 0. Both are existing in the standard state, right? So what is happening over here? That it was in +1, hydrogen was in +1, it has changed to 0. So it is a reduction. This was in oxygen was in -2, it has changed to 0. -2 to 0 is increase, right? So this is a oxidation reaction. Okay, one more example I can take for this type of decomposition reaction is sodium hydride. If it is a sodium hydride, it will get decomposed to this sodium and the hydrogen gas. So what is happening over here? Like here, oxidation state of the sodium will be what? Plus, I said in the previous example, whenever hydrogen forms the hydride with a group 1 element, it will be -1, hydrogen will be -1. And here, sodium is changing to its elemental form, that is 0. And this is also changing to 0. So what has happened over here? Right? Sodium has, it is a reduction of the sodium. We can say that from +1 to 0 is the reduction, decrease in the oxidation number. Here it is -1 to 0, it is oxidation, right? It also supports the classical definition of the reduction and the oxidation, isn't it? So removal of the hydrogen, that is what the oxidation is. So here there is a removal of the hydrogen, right, from this. So there is just a sodium left. 1 minute, huh? Yes, like with respect to the classical definition, if you see, then it is removal of the hydrogen. No, it should be a oxidation, right? But here it is reduction. So here what we can observe is that reduction is due to the change in oxidation state, right? Change in oxidation state, 0 plus to 0. Here it is oxidation because minus to 0. Here classical definition doesn't apply. One more example we can take. Calcium carbonate changing to calcium oxide and CO2. Now what you will say regarding this thing? Here calcium is in +2. If you solve this, calcium will be mostly existing in the +2 oxidation state, right? Then oxygen is in -2 in a combined form and carbon will be in +4, right? Here it is +4 carbon, this is -2. So here also calcium is in +2, this is -2, carbon is +4, oxygen is also -2. So there is no change in oxidation state, like this is +2, +2. This is oxygen is -2, oxygen is -2 everywhere. Carbon is +4, this is also +4. So what we can conclude over here is that all the decomposition reactions are not a redox reaction. This is not a redox reaction. Not a redox reaction. Because there is no change in oxidation state of the any of the reactant or the product. Next is decomposition reaction. Okay, so I will write that is third category. Sorry, not decomposition, displacement reaction. Just a second. So displacement reaction in this is there are two types of displacement reaction. One is metal displacement reaction. Other is a non-metal displacement reaction. So in the case of metal displacement reaction, metal is displaced, and in the case of non-metal displacement, non-metal is displaced. It is that simple. So here, what I'll do is I will first explain you what is metal displacement reaction with some examples. So let's take this example like copper sulfate. When reacted with a zinc metal, like this is a metal, like this is the metal, we know that, right? If you react this with this, what will happen is that this zinc, this copper will be replaced with zinc, means you will get zinc sulfate and the copper, right? So what has happened, this zinc has displaced this metal. So that's why metal displacement, and zinc has taken the place of the copper. So this is one of the example. A second example we can take is about vanadium oxide. Vanadium is also very good metal, and when it is reacted with a calcium, what you get is calcium oxide. If I put this 5 and 5 over here, right? This is what calcium is doing. Calcium is displacing, right? Okay, it is pushing this metal out, and calcium is taking its place. So this is again a metal displacement reaction. Why we call this to be a redox reaction? If you see the change in oxidation state over here, um, this is in +2 oxidation state, sulfate, whole of the ion is in -2 oxidation state, right? So from copper, it is changing from +2 to 0 in the elemental form. So here it is a reduction. This is a reduction. And zinc, which was in 0, is getting oxidized to +2. So here this is oxidation, right? And this will be -2. Whole this sulfate ion, remember this whole of the sulfate ion is in -2 oxidation state. The charge on a sulfate ion is -2. So where I was explaining you the example, right? Here vanadium is in what oxidation state? If you calculate the oxidation state of the vanadium in vanadium pentoxide, it will be in a +5 oxidation state. It is changing to 0. You can calculate it later, putting this to be is equal to, okay, I'll solve this. V2O5 means this is 2x plus 5 into -2, overall charge is 0. So 2x minus 10 is equal to 0. 2x is equal to 10. X is equal to +5. Right? So this is +5 changing to 0. So this is a reduction. This is a reduction. What about calcium? Calcium is changing from 0 to +2. Right? So this is oxidation. Like here metal is getting displaced. We can take more examples where metal gets displaced by another metal. You can consider this. titanium chloride. Okay, when it is reacted with magnesium, what you get is titanium and MgCl2. So how to balance this? There are 2 chlorine, 4 chlorine, right? So 4 chlorine and this is 2 Mg. Yeah, reaction is balanced. Yes. So here this is magnesium metal which is displacing this titanium metal, right? So this is displacement reaction, and here the oxidation state, if you calculate, this will be in +4. It is changing to 0 in the elemental form, right? This is a reduction reaction. This is a reduction reaction. And magnesium was in 0. It is changing to +2 oxidation state, right? So this is an oxidation. So that's why this is a redox reaction where metal is displaced by another element. Now let us understand about non-metal displacement. For the non-metal displacement, many times it will be a metal only which will be used to displace the non-metal, like a hydrogen. Okay, so here B category I am writing that it is a non-metal displacement, non-metal displacement. So you react water and the sodium. What you get is NaOH and the H2 gas, right? To balance this. So what this sodium metal has done, it has displaced the hydrogen, right? If you consider a water molecule this way, this is a OH and this is a H, this is positive, this is a negative part, right? So here it has displaced one of the hydrogen and sodium has taken that place. This is hydrogen is the non-metal, that's why this is called as non-metal displacement. With respect to the oxidation state, again you can find that this is in +1 oxidation state, change to 0. This was in -2. Okay, it is still in -2, but this was in sodium, it has changed to +1. So there is an oxidation of this, and the reduction of the hydrogen. So this is one of the example of non-metal displacement. We'll take one more example, a calcium and the water. You react this, what you get is calcium oxide and the hydrogen. So I can write it this way. Oxygen is balanced, 4 hydrogen, yeah, this is balanced, right? So here calcium is displacing again this hydrogen which is a non-metal, and you can check for the oxidation state, the change in oxidation state. There will be one substance, one element which will be getting oxidized, and there will be another substance which will be getting reduced. The next category of the reaction is a disproportionation reaction. Next is fourth category is disproportionation. Okay, like what we have observed in the previous reaction is that so far there are elements, like one substance is getting oxidized and other is getting reduced. Like in the displacement reaction, the zinc was getting oxidized or zinc was getting reduced, calcium was getting oxidized. Like zinc and calcium, one is getting reduced, one is getting oxidized. It was that sort of type of things, right? So here disproportionation reaction, how this reaction is different, how to identify a disproportionation reaction is that a same species will get oxidized, right? It will have oxidized product and it will also have the reduced product also in the same reaction. So let's take one example. Let's take a phosphorus P4. which is there reacted with a base, some base and some water molecule. Okay, what you get is phosphine and H2PO2 minus. We'll put this base water and 3 I'll put over here, and here I will put 3, 3, 3 to the 6 and 9. 3 to the 6. So this is balanced chemical equation. What we can see over here is that with respect to the phosphorus, is that phosphorus is in zero oxidation state. When you get the product, here phosphorus is in -3 oxidation state. Like if you want to calculate for the phosphine, this is called as phosphine. pH 3 is a phosphine. I'll put phosphorus as X, and hydrogen is 3 into +1. Overall molecule is 0. X plus 3 is equal to 0. X is equal to -3. So in phosphine, phosphor is in -3 oxidation state. What will be oxidation state of the phosphor in this ion? Okay, let's calculate over here. H2PO2 minus. So hydrogen is 2 into +1. Phosphorus I am putting X plus 2 into -2, which is equal to -1. This -1 is coming into the frame. Yeah. So this is equal to -1 because overall charge on this molecule is -1. Remember, whenever you see such type of charges, it is on the whole molecule and not on the oxygen or not on the last element which is there. So this is 2 plus X minus 4 is equal to -1. So X is equal to -1 plus 4 minus 2. So X is equal to 1. Means over here phosphorus is in +1 oxidation state. So what has happened? The phosphorus has gone a reduction over here, right? And here in the same reaction, a phosphorus has formed a product where there is a oxidation, right? Oxidation of the phosphorus. So this type of reactions are called as a disproportionation reaction. Let's take one more example for your understanding, better understanding. What we can take is sulfur. Okay, let's take sulfur. Sulfur, one of the allotrope of the sulfur exists in S8. Let's react this with a base. What it gives is S2 minus ion and six, 6, 12. So I will put this to 12 hydrogens. Okay, so this reaction is balanced. Hydrogens are balanced, 12 and this is 12. Oxygens are 12, 3 2s are 6, 6, 6, 12s. 8 sulfur, right? 4. Here I'll put 4 S minus. Here sulfur is in zero oxidation state. Here it has changed to a S sulfide, S ion, like sulfur ion, like -2. So what you will say this directly? This is a reduction from 0 to -2. This is a reduction, right? Here if you see what is the oxidation state of the sulfur in this case. So I am finding in this. You write -2 or 2 minus 1 and same. So I will put this sulfur as 2x plus 3 into -2, which is equal to -2. So 2x minus 6 is equal to -2. 2x is equal to -2 plus 6. 2x is equal to 4. X is equal to +2. So here sulfur is in +2 from 0 to +2. So this is a oxidation of the sulfur. So this type of reaction is called as a disproportionation reaction where same species is getting oxidized and in the same reaction same species is getting reduced. Thank you. So I'll end this class over here. See you in the next lecture.